Yo, what up, y'all? Thank y'all so much for dropping by, man. So, I'm about to talk about some of our favorite mutants in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the X-Men. Oh yeah, we're hearing all kind of announcement. X-Men is going to be in Doomsday. Now I'm hearing X-Men and the Eternals are going to have a X-Men versus Eternals movie, maybe in talks, or probably possibly can be being made, because some of the characters from the Eternals movie have been lashing out on social media and blogs and vlogs saying that they were promised multiple movies and video games. So I did hear that, and now it came back again. It came across my desk again, and now they're saying that the Eternals want to verse the X-Men. Now let's get one thing straight. X-Men don't need Eternals. They already have a big, blockbuster smash hit, fan base, mutants, characters, Wolverine, the X-Men with Cyclops, Storm, Rogue, Professor X, Jean Grey. And over here to the Eternals, mostly everybody probably know, maybe is it Icarus or something like that. Nobody really that familiar with those characters like that. Now, let's get one thing straight. The X-Men don't need the Eternals. The Eternals needs X-Men, because they already messed the Eternals movie up when they had that woke kissing scene. Now, this right here was an automatic flop. Once we seen that, like, listen, when you do woke stuff, when you woke stuff up and the fans see that, they automatically check out and they tell their family and friends, hey, leave it alone if you don't want to see nothing woke. That movie won't be for you. And just like you have a lot of actors come out there, they get mad and in their feelings and they lash out on social media, in the media and online, and tell everybody, if you don't like it, don't watch it, don't support it. And we like, okay, if we do that, you're only going to have like 1 to 2% of your fan base. So what, you gonna make like 100 million at the box office? 50,000 at the box office? So when you tell people that, you got to remember what you're saying. If you don't like it, don't watch it. And once again, the X-Men don't need the Eternals. The Eternals need the X-Men to revive their franchise, because they blew it. They decided to go and hire all of these woke activists from Sweet Baby Inc. Like, let me get it right. Consultant firms like Sweet Baby Inc. that comes in to woke your movie up. Basically anything woke that they can put in your movie, they're gonna do it, because that's what they hired them for. That's what Disney hired them for. Clearly the Marvel universe was not like that. X-Men is not like that. But now that they're with Disney forces and pushes their agendas on these Marvel comic superhero movies. And now everybody's scared that, okay, are we going to have another woke kissing scene, another man in a man woke scene, or woman in a woman woke scene in this, just to push an agenda? Are you going to have diversity, race swaps, kind of like Harry Potter? You may turn a gender swap superhero. Like, what is so many characters will be in this movie to you will be like, who is going to get messed up? Just like Ironheart, they had a woke character, a woke villain in Ironheart. So we're trying to say, okay, so now what are we gonna do? You got X-Men with tons of characters. They don't even need the Eternals. They don't even need them. Like, why would they need the Eternals and X-Men? You got Wolverine, one of the biggest comic book heroes in history, alone. He can make a standalone movie. He just made a smash hit at the box office with Deadpool. Why do they need the Eternals a flop? Why do you want to bring a woke trash flop and try to revive it with the X-Men and pull the X-Men name down because nobody don't trust the Eternals anymore? I'm just speaking truth. I'm speaking facts. This is how a lot of people feel. A lot of people can't accept that, but it's the truth. You're going to have a woke kissing scene that left a bitter taste in a lot of people's mouth, and they don't like it. I'm sorry to tell you, we don't agree with the woke trash that these agendas. identity politics that you are shoving down everybody's throat in all of these movies, we don't like it, and it needs to stop. That abomination that y'all forcing on people, that's of the devil. And now you want to revive something from the dead. You want the zombies. I know they make it the Marvel zombies, but Eternals should have been, every Eternal character should have been the Marvel zombies. That should have been an Eternals movie. They should have definitely, that could have been their spinoff, the zombies, because that's what they would have been, zombies. They're trying to revive zombies from the dead to pull down the X-Men franchise. Something that we don't want. Like I said before, the Eternals are zombies right now. They're trying to revive them. They are in talks. Now, this is just rumored so far, but this could actually happen. We know Disney, they felt like, okay, Disney never really can touch X-Men because of rights. I think Fox, some people own rights to the X-Men characters, so they couldn't woke it up and trash it up like they wanted it to. So if they can somehow convince X-Men to add Eternals in there, are their agendas and diversity going to come and ruin the X-Men movie? X-Men, first of all, they don't even need that many characters. Like, that's like they're trying to make a Doomsday 2.0. Like they want to do team ups because of solo films for Disney. They're all flopping because they chose to take these D-list unpopular characters like Miss Marvel, the Marvels, Ironheart. The list goes on and on. Unpopular characters that nobody asked for. Who asked for this trash? Look at Fantastic Four. I heard somebody going crazy the other day about the woman Silver Surfer that nobody knows. A random woman Silver Surfer had like one page comic book. This is the things that Disney do, and this is the fear that people are having about when it comes to the movies. They're like, wait a minute, this is the anxiety that they're giving people. They're like, man, listen, man, I don't I don't want this. I don't, because the Eternals already left a bad taste in our mouth, and we know why you're doing it, because those people were under contract and they were promised things, and Disney is scratching their head like, we can't even invest in y'all. We can't even pay most of the big time actors that they wanted to come back from the Avengers. Don't even want to come back because Disney is trying to undercut them. They're trying to underpay all of the actors. All of them keep turning down the roles. Everybody don't want to be woke involved in all this woke trash either. It's annoying, bro. It is it's extremely annoying, and the fan base do not want it. We done told them over and over to stop. Now all the movies flopping. Now they're running for the hills. It's like, y'all come back and bail us out. Okay, we're going back to source material. Now Disney want to bring back quality when it comes to X-Men because they know X-Men characters ain't really having it. Because look at Deadpool. Deadpool was just going crazy with all the cool characters he added in his movie. Cracked $1 billion. You can't do that when Disney and their woke activists come and touch your movie. They're going to destroy. They destroy everything they touch. Do not let Disney. Disney wants to buy Fortnite. If they get a hold of a Fortnite movie, we don't even know what type of movie that's going to be. They woke everything up. Because like somebody said, they're like a test lab. They only thing Disney is a test company studio. That's all they do. They just test. They throw everything at the wall, hoping they can find something that stick. That is not a roadmap. That is not a stable studio to keep just throwing stuff at the wall. Woke activists coming there with these sick mental disorders. When they're writing these movies or whatever they're getting them from, they ain't going to Chat GTP, because if you went to Chat GTP, I ever heard another man was ranting on Harry Potter. He was like, hey man, if you want to write a really good movie, if you're already a great writer and you want to spice things up, but you still can stick to source material and don't woke nothing up, we have AI. So how can you get this wrong? Especially when it comes to Eternals. If you're going to write it, Eternals will have to be the coolest characters. They will have to be almost better than the X-Men in order for them to hype that movie up, because everybody just feared that it's going to be woke. They already had the woke kissing scene with two guys. And everybody's like, what is this? Ain't no soup. This have nothing to do with superheroes. They're pushing agendas. They're pushing identity politics. They're pushing diversity on everybody. Nobody have personally nothing against these people as people. It's the characters in the comic book characters. We just want them to stick to source material, what people grew up reading in the comics. Simple as that. How hard is that to understand, people? I'm pretty sure that it's got to be some type of mental illness there, a sickness, and that has been proven too from what I've seen. Because you keep doing the same thing over and over, that's the definition of insanity. You keep doing it, and it ain't working, and it keep flopping. Now you dropping out of the box office, and it ain't popping. Bars, you know what I'm saying? So we have to get back to a place where the fans, the studios, the comic books, everything just glued together and works well, and we running on all cylinders. Right now, we have cylinders out. The transmission have fell out the car. The piston rings have blew off. The gaskets blew off. We gotta rebuild this. We gotta rebuild this engine to get it back right, man. It's a lot of parts are missing out of this engine due to Disney ego-driven company. Pride and ego is driving this company. It's not about source material. The fans are always right. Customers are always right anymore. It's not about that. The last administration proved that when they funded all these woke groups, anti-straight groups. These people don't even want us to be straight no more. Like they just want to woke everything up to appeal to 1 or 2% of the audience. And we seen that with Eternals. Of course, I'm gonna snap on this movie because we don't need that with X-Men. X-Men don't even need to be close to that. A lot of people was kind of skeptical about Morph because they don't even want no another shape shifting Mystique, because they look at Mystique real borderline. Okay, but being that she can shape shift, she would be the only character that's allowed to do almost anything out of the ordinary. It's Mystique because that's her character. Now I think Morph as well, but outside of those two characters, Eternals is going to run with it. If Disney have any say so, if they can cram any diversity, identity politics, anything woke that they can check a box, Disney is on board. That's why everybody have checked out, because they know if a new administration gets in there and they sign on the dotted line to bring back wokeness, they're going to do it. They're going to do it because if you give these sick people, mentally ill people, an inch, they're going to take a mile. I'm talking about the woke activists, the ones that invaded the entertainment. They invaded movies, TV shows, comic books, gaming industry, movie industry, music, everything, Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? And they want to corrupt everybody to go along with their agenda, and it's just not gonna happen because everybody don't see the world the way they see the world because they're sick, they're demonic. And so if you tell them that to their face, they get offended. Like, oh, no. I'm not trying to groom anybody. I'm not trying to groom this audience of people. I'm not trying to groom that audience of people. But why are you doing it? Exactly. Because you're trying to, the message is bigger than the comic book. Okay, you got Waylaw, of course. Because why not come up with your own characters? If you want to woke it up, but they know they're not going to sell. What the movie's going to make? Not even crack 100 million. Not even probably crack that. You're going to have Madam Webs out here ain't cracking flops everywhere. Everywhere. Disney destroyed Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Star Wars. How do you destroy all of these studios? It's done by demand. It's forced on everybody. And these old coons at the top, you know, they at the top destroying everything because they're on their yacht, kicked up, smoking their cigars on vacation. And when they come back, the whole studio is destroyed because they just sign on the dotted line and say do whatever, because the shareholders' names, obviously a couple of them probably came out and said, hey, listen, we got to redirect this entire studio. This ain't can't believe you're trying to put X-Men with the Eternals. This is crazy, man. But I think I'm gonna leave it right there. That was my rant for this video right here, man. Y'all guys already know what to do. Make sure you click that notification bell, subscribe, man, so you guys can be notified on all of the new latest and greatest news out here in these streets. Peace.